This psychological trick is so dangerous that most people will never know it. Because once you understand how it works, you stop being influenced by others and start influencing them instead. In 1971, Stanford University conducted an experiment that revealed something disturbing about human behavior. It wasn't what people said that gave them power. It was what they didn't say. Today, you're about to discover the silent signals that bypass logic and speak directly to the primal brain. The discovery. Here's what the researchers found. When certain people entered a room, others automatically deferred to them. No words were spoken. No titles were announced, yet within seconds, a hierarchy formed naturally. These individuals weren't necessarily the smartest or strongest, but they understood something most people miss entirely. They knew how to communicate authority without saying a word. The researchers documented 5 specific behaviors that triggered instant respect and compliance. But here's what shocked them most. When they asked participants why they followed these individuals, nobody could give a rational explanation. They just said, it felt right. Or they seemed like natural leaders. That's when the scientists realized they'd uncovered something profound. This wasn't about logic or persuasion. This was about tapping into ancient survival instincts, hardwired into every human brain. The science. Every second of every interaction, your brain is asking 3 unconscious questions. Can I trust this person? Are they above or below me in status? Should I follow or lead? This happens in your limbic system, the prehistoric part of your brain that kept your ancestors alive. It makes these decisions in milliseconds, long before your rational mind even processes what's happening. Here's the crucial part. Your limbic brain doesn't respond to words. It responds to signals. Ancient cues that communicated dominance, competence, and safety long before language existed. A skilled communicator doesn't speak to your logic. They speak directly to these primal instincts using body language, vocal patterns, and timing that your conscious mind barely notices, but your survival brain recognizes immediately. Think about the last time someone convinced you of something. Chances are, you agreed before you fully understood why. You nodded before they finished explaining. That wasn't weakness. That was your limbic system responding to authority signals. The 5 signals. Signal 1, the strategic pause. True authority never rushes. Before speaking, create a moment of deliberate silence. This isn't hesitation, it's control. The pause signals that your words have weight. Others will lean in, subconsciously recognizing that something important is coming. Signal 2, calibrated eye contact. Most people either avoid eye contact or stare aggressively. Masters use what researchers call calibrated contact. Steady, confident gaze with brief, controlled breaks. You're not trying to intimidate. You're demonstrating comfort with attention and unshakable self-assurance. Signal 3, the stillness factor. Nervous energy repels. Confident stillness attracts. Reduce unnecessary movements by 80%. When you do move, make it deliberate, and purposeful. Your body language should whisper, "I don't need to prove anything to anyone." Signal 4. Vocal anchoring. Lower your vocal register slightly and slow your speaking pace by 15%. This triggers what psychologists call competence bias, the unconscious assumption that calm, measured speakers are more knowledgeable and trustworthy. Signal 5. The authority blink. Here's the signal that ties everything together. After someone finishes speaking, give a slow, deliberate blink before responding. In nature, this is a dominance cue. It signals, "I've heard you, I'm processing this calmly, and I'm not reactive or threatened." It's the final piece that transforms presence into perceived power. The warning: these signals work because they're authentic expressions of genuine confidence and competence. But here's your warning: never use these techniques to mask incompetence or manipulate others for selfish gain. When your presence signals authority, but your actions reveal chaos, people will turn against you. And once that trust breaks, it's nearly impossible to rebuild. True power comes from developing real competence, genuine value, and authentic leadership qualities. These signals simply help you communicate that value more effectively. The transformation. Once you understand these principles, you'll start noticing them everywhere. In boardrooms, in social situations, in every interaction around you. You'll see who has real presence and who's just making noise. More importantly, you'll start commanding respect not through force or manipulation, but through the quiet confidence that comes from understanding how influence really works. The difference between leaders and followers isn't talent, intelligence, or even experience. It's the ability to communicate authority through presence alone. Now you know what most people will never discover: that the most powerful communication happens in silence. Use this knowledge wisely. The world needs more authentic leaders, not more manipulators. Master these signals, develop real competence to back them up, and watch how differently people respond to you. Because once you learn to speak to the primal brain, you don't need to convince anyone of anything. They'll simply recognize what they're looking at: someone worth following. And if you want to take this even further, check out my video, Act Like This and Watch How People Chase You, where I reveal 7 psychological weapons that will completely flip your social dynamics and make you irresistibly magnetic, including the dangerous weapon number 6 that most people completely mess up: